Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Students, today we are going to start with a new topic, that is pigeonhole principle. According to this principle, let me first write its statement. If n pigeonholes are occupied by n plus 1 or more pigeons, then at least one pigeonhole is occupied by more than one pigeon. This is a very obvious statement. Let me draw it graphically. For example, we have a set here, and that set is in fact representing pigeons, right? So, for example, we have a number of pigeons here. Say I am taking P1, P2, that is pigeon 2, pigeon 3, 4, and say 5, right? And here we have another set that is basically representing pigeon holes. People will be familiar with the concept that pigeon holes are basically the ones, a container in which we are going to keep the pigeons, right? And say the number of pigeon holes here are 4, right? These circles are in fact representing the pigeon holes. Now, the statement here is that if n pigeonholes, that is here n is equals to 4, right? And they are occupied by n plus 1. That is, this relation is very, very important, that the number of elements that are to be put in the containers. Here, pigeonholes are acting as the containers and the pigeons are acting as the items, right? So, here the number of items are for sure to be greater than the number of the containers. That is, number of pigeons are at least one more than the pigeonholes, right? Because here I have written the statement that n plus 1 or more. Not exactly n plus 1, they can be n plus 2, they can be n plus 3, but they can't be n. That is at least one more than the number of pigeonholes, right? Then this is a very obvious statement. Then at least, here the word at least is being used, not at most. That is, at least one pigeonhole, that is out of these 4 pigeonholes, there must be one pigeonhole that will be occupied by more than one pigeons. There can be 2 pigeonholes occupied by more than one pigeonhole, and so on, depending upon the number of pigeons we have and definitely the containers that are the pigeonholes. So what we can or how we can carry out the mapping is that, say we are going to keep P1 in the first hole, P2 goes in the second pigeonhole, P3 may be going here, and finally P4 is going to the fourth pigeon. What about P5? There is no space left for the fifth pigeon, right? Definitely it has to adjust itself in one of these holes. It can be either the hole 1, 2, 3 or 4. So by mapping it to any of these pigeonholes, this is for sure that out of these n pigeonholes, there is at least one pigeonhole that is going to have more than one pigeon, right? Now, what is the basic utility of this principle? By doing so, we can solve a number of problems here by carrying out such type of mapping when the number of items are more than the number of containers, right? Let me write it as items and let me write it as containers, right? And then we will move on to the generalized pigeonhole principle that will help us to solve the problems in a more systematic way, right? Till now you can very well understand that this function, the mapping that is in front of you, that is in fact just like an arrow diagram, this is in fact representing a onto function, right? And if you people remember the basic definition of an onto function, then what is actually meant by an onto function? That is, it is such a function that is in fact a surjective function, and surjective function is the one that is going to have an arrow towards every of its what you can say that the one that is being existing in the codomain of the function, right? So if there are some elements in y that is not the image of any element of x, that every element of its codomain is the image of some elements of its domain. That is the basic requirement of a surjective of a or a onto function, right? So let's move on and solve a couple of problems that are basically associated with the pigeonhole principle. Starting with a very simple question: find minimum number of students in a class so that two students were born in the same month, right? Now you are going to solve a number of problems and statements like this, and the most important tip here is that do read the statement again and again. Do try to have a very clear concept, a very clear understanding of the statement. Once you are clear with the statement, you can easily map it according to the principle, and then you can come up with the solution. Now what is being asked from us? The question at hand is that uh, out of a class, we are not sure about how many students are in the class. In fact, in any number of class, we are required to find minimum number of students. What minimum number of students? Such minimum number of students that can fulfill a condition. ठीक? Now यानी कम से कम कितने स्टूडेंट्स हम उसमें से सेलेक्ट करें जो एक कंडीशन, एक रिक्वायरमेंट, एक कंस्ट्रेंट को फुलफिल कर सके, राइट? So now let's come on to this constraint. What is the condition at hand? किस condition को हमने fulfill करना है? Condition is that कि out of those minimum number of students that we are going to select, out of that number, there should be at least two students, right? Two students लाजमी उसमें ऐसे होने चाहिए that were born in the same month, that have the same birth month, right? Either both have February, either both have November, or both are born in the month of October, or any other possibility, right? So in order to ensure this condition, in order to ensure this requirement, how many number of students, the minimum at least number of students we should have, so that we can come up with an answer that yes, this is the number of students in which you are sure that two of the students are born in the same month, right? Now how to solve this problem, right? If you map it according to the pigeonhole principle, right? What are actually the containers here? Containers here are basically the months. मंथ्स ये ना जहाँ पे हमने फिट इन करना है कि एक मंथ में एक से ज्यादा स्टूडेंट्स आए हैं, यानी हमने एक से ज्यादा पिजन्स वहां पर प्लेस अप किए, राइट? सो नंबर ऑफ मंथ्स कितने हैं हमारे पास? पॉसिबिलिटीज ऑफ मंथ्स आर 12. Definitely there are 12 months in a year, right? In order to ensure that any one of these months, that is starting from January and so on up to the last month December, we have total 12 containers here, right? Okay, this is a container 1, this is a container 2, this is the 11th container, and this one is the 12th container, right? what we want is that what is the minimum number of students we should have, what should be the size of the group, so that any one of these containers should have two students, S1 and S2. Say February should have such two students which are going to be in the same month, right? It can be November, it can be December, or any other month, right? So in order to meet up with this constraint, right, according to the number of months, the requirement is that the minimum number of students, so minimum number of students will be, let me tell you, this is going to be n plus 1, right? Why n plus 1? Because number of months, they are 12. In order to have two students in the same month, definitely the number should be one more than the number of months. तभी आपके पास ये पॉसिबल होगा कि किसी एक मंथ में एक से ज्यादा स्टूडेंट्स आए, यानी कोई दो स्टूडेंट ऐसे थे जिनका सेम बर्थ मंथ था, ठीक है? सो दैट शुड बी n plus 1, दैट इज 12 plus 1 which is 13. So out of a group or in a class, you should have at least 13 students. आप ऐसे वहाँ से पिक करें जिसके थ्रू आप इंश्योर कर सकेंगे कि इन 13 स्टूडेंट्स में से दो स्टूडेंट्स लाजमी ऐसे होंगे जिनका सेम बर्थ मंथ होगा, right? Now let's solve the same question with an other constraint. This time they should not have the same month, rather they should have the same date, right? उनका जो डेट है, जैसे अगर से 29 जनवरी था, जो 29 है या 14 दिसंबर है या से 29 नवंबर है या कोई भी डेट है, वो सेम हो, right? So here we are strictly concerned with the date. We are not concerned with the month, right? Now how to solve for this constraint? Here we are not going to go for the months, rather we are going to go for the number of days. क्योंकि देखें साल के हर दिन की डेट डिफरेंट होती है, सो नंबर ऑफ डेट्स क्या हुई, बेसिकली नंबर ऑफ डेज हुए that are spanned over the whole year. So number of days in a year, that is the possibilities are hand, that is 365. And now how many number of students should I pick so that two of them should have the same day of the year, same date of the year, right? So minimum number of students, this should be, that is our n, this should be n plus 1, at least one more than that, right? So this should be 366, right? And if you talk about leap year, then that is an exceptional case, then we can say that this should be 367. So if I may write in a more generalized way, if we are given m items, ठीक है, अगेन आइटम्स आर बेसिकली द पिजन्स, जैसे भी मैंने पहले ड्रॉ भी किया था इसको, एंड n कंटेनर्स, जिसको हम पिजन होल्स भी कह सकते हैं, मैंने PH लिखा, PH इज फॉर पिजन होल्स, ठीक? इफ m यानी नंबर ऑफ आइटम्स, नंबर ऑफ पिजन्स, ठीक है, ग्रेटर है n से, व्हाट इज n? कंटेनर्स और पिजन होल्स, there is at least one container, that is a pigeonhole, with mn items, right? This is basically a notation for ceil function. right? Seal of m and n. आपने पढ़ा होगा seal and floor function. That is the same thing. ठीक है? And let me also write the formula for it. R, which is in fact the seal function of n or k for any value of n or k या बेशक m n भी आप लिख सकते हैं. That is equals to sorry, let me erase it. N is equals to r minus 1 times k plus 1, right? So sealing of a function basically क्या है कि if you have let me just give you an example here. For example, if we have a ceiling of say 3.128, how to find the seal of this number, right? Sorry, this is in fact this number plus 1, right? Once you are getting a number which is exceeding something, point के बाद we are not considered के 0.1 है, 0.5 है या उससे greater है, rather it is just exceeding that number by any fractional value. Seal is always 1 greater than that number, right? For example, जैसे है 2.983, the seal of this is just 2 plus 1, right? The seal of this is going to be 4, seal of this is going to be 3, and so on, right? So in a generalized way, we can say that seal of say x point y z w whatever it is, this is simply x plus 1. That is whatever is in the whole number portion, the decimal part, that is plus 1, right? Okay, let's solve some more questions related to it. In a group of n people, there are at least 2 people who have an identical number of friends within the group. Justify the statement, right? So if we say we have n number of people, right, then maximum number of friends a person can have. ठीक है ना? अब एक n नंबर ऑफ ग्रुप्स का कोई एक ग्रुप बना हुआ है, उसमें से हर पर्सन के कितने मैक्सिमम फ्रेंड्स हो सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल अगर हमारे पास 5 ग्रुप पीपल का कोई ग्रुप था, तो उसमें 5 मेंबर्स थे, तो एक मेंबर के मैक्सिमम कितने फ्रेंड्स हो सकते हैं. देयर आर डिफरेंट पॉसिबिलिटीज. अ पर्सन कैन हैव एट लीस्ट 1 फ्रेंड, इट कैन हैव 2 फ्रेंड, और एट मोस्ट इट कैन हैव n minus 1 friends. जैसे say a people of sorry or a group of 5 people, then person 1, person 2, person 3, person 4 and person 5. ठीक. अब person 1 के ये सारे के सारे फ्रेंड्स भी हो सकते हैं, यानी इसके 4 फ्रेंड्स हो गए. person 2 के 3 फ्रेंड्स भी हो सकते हैं, इसके 2 फ्रेंड्स भी हो सकते हैं, इसका 1 फ्रेंड भी हो सकता है. Similarly, it can also have 1, 2, 3 or any other friend. ठीक. Definitely, other than the person himself or herself, he can have at most maximum number of friends की मैं बात कर रही हूँ, वो 4 हो सकते हैं, उससे कम 3, उससे कम 2 और उससे कम 1. ठीक, मैंने सारी पॉसिबिलिटीज लिख दी हैं विद अ ग्रुप ऑफ 5 पीपल। अच्छा, अब अगर हम जनरलाइज्ड वे में बात करें विद n पीपल, से दैट इज person 1, that is person 2, person 3 and so on up to the last person, say this is n minus 2 and this one is n minus 1. ठीक, आई एम फर्स्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट फर्स्ट n minus 1 persons. ठीक है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल इसके नंबर ऑफ फ्रेंड्स 1 थे, इसके नंबर ऑफ फ्रेंड्स 2 थे, इसके नंबर ऑफ फ्रेंड्स 3 थे and say this is having n minus 2 friends, this one is having n minus 1 friends, right? कीपिंग इन माइंड मैंने भी नंबर ऑफ पर्सन यहाँ पे n minus 1 रखे हैं, ठीक है। अब एक nth पर्सन भी तो होगा ना, जो लास्ट पर्सन है ग्रुप का, वो इनमें से किसी एक का फ्रेंड तो लाजमी होगा, बिकॉज हमने कंस्ट्रेंट रखे कि देयर इज नो पर्सन विदाउट अ फ्रेंड, एवरी पर्सन इज हैविंग अ फ्रेंड, ठीक। सो he can be a person to this one, this one, this one, this one or this one, right? Then definitely it is going to have identical, two of them are going to have identical number of friends. Let me clarify it with the help of this example, right? A group of 5 people, ठीक, मैंने उसमें आपके लिए एग्जांपल ली थी कि पर्सन 1 के 4 फ्रेंड्स मैक्सिमम, मैंने इन सबको इसका फ्रेंड बना दिया। पर्सन 2 के 3 हो सकते हैं, पर्सन 3 के 2 हो सकते हैं, पर्सन 4 के फॉर एग्जाम्पल 1 है, नॉट नेसेसरली इसके 1, इसके 2, इसके 3 भी हो सकते हैं, ठीक। व्हाट अबाउट द फिफ्थ पर्सन? फिफ्थ पर्सन के पास क्या पॉसिबिलिटी बची है? या तो ये चारों इसके फ्रेंड्स हैं, या इनमें से कोई 3 इसका फ्रेंड है, या कोई 2 इसके फ्रेंड है, या कोई 1 इसका फ्रेंड है। सो ईदर ही इज गोइंग टू हैव 4 फ्रेंड्स और 3 फ्रेंड्स और 2 फ्रेंड्स और 1 friend. Definitely P5 is going to have the same number that is going to resemble with the one that is for P1, P2, P3 या P4, ठीक, यानी P5 के इसमें से कोई भी नंबर ऑफ फ्रेंड्स हो जाएं, डेफिनेटली यू कैन सी वेरी वेल कि 2 पर्सन्स ऐसे हैं जिनके आइडेंटिकल नंबर ऑफ फ्रेंड्स हैं, right? So the statement is justified, that is at least 2 people are going to have the same number of friends. Okay ji, now let's move on to a very important form of pigeonhole principle, that is called generalized pigeonhole principle, right? Now in generalized pigeonhole principle, the statement at hand is now a bit transformed. If n pigeonholes are occupied by kn plus 1 or more pigeons, this time we are representing the number of pigeons by a term, by a quantity, that is kn plus 1, right? Where k is a positive integer, any positive integer, then at least one pigeonhole, is occupied by k plus 1 और more pigeons, यानी मिनिमम जो फॉर श्योर उसमें आएंगे वो क्या होगा, वो k plus 1 होगा, इससे ज्यादा भी हो सकता है, ठीक। सो हियर द नंबर ऑफ कंटेनर्स जो हमारे पास हैं, they are in fact n, right? these are the pigeonholes, and the one that are going to enter here, that are in fact kn plus 1 in number. These are the items और pigeons. स्टेटमेंट इज एग्जैक्टली द सेम, कुछ फर्क नहीं है उसके अंदर, जस्ट उसको एक जनरलाइज्ड फॉर्म दी गई so that you can fit in certain scenarios and in certain questions, right? So kn plus 1 pigeons हैं जिन्होंने इन n containers में सेव इन होना है, ठीक। पॉइंट इंपॉर्टेंट क्या है कि इन आइटम्स का और इन कंटेनर्स का आपस में रिलेशन है, क्योंकि देखें हमने नंबर ऑफ आइटम्स को भी n की टर्म्स में रिप्रेजेंट किया ना, kn plus 1 r, ठीक। सो द पॉइंट इज दैट out of these containers, right, either container 1 2 3 or nth container, out of these pigeonholes at least one of the pigeonhole, ठीक है ना, अगर सबके अंदर एक एक पिजन भी हमने फिट कर दिया तो कोई एक कंटेनर ऐसा होगा that is going to contain k plus 1 pigeons और items। किसी एक के अंदर लाजमी इतनी आइटम्स जरूर आएंगी, ठीक। जैसे एक सिंपल से एग्जांपल ले लेते हैं कि अगर हमारे पास kn plus 1 7 है, यानी 7 हमारे पास पिजन्स थे, ठीक। और से कंटेनर्स हमारे पास थे 3, ठीक है। तो किसी एक कंटेनर में एटलीस्ट कितने पिजन्स आएंगे, ठीक है, विद 7 आइटम्स। सो kn plus 1 is equals to 7. Kn is going to be 7 minus 1, that is 6. And from here you can say that k is equals to 6 by n, that is 6 by n क्या था 3, that is 2. So k की वैल्यू यहाँ पर क्या आई 2. So at least one of the containers is going to have k plus 1, that is 3 pigeons in it, ठीक। Okay ji, now making use of this generalized pigeonhole principle, let's solve some questions here. Find minimum number of students, right, in a class to be sure that 4 of them were born in the same month, right? So out of a class we have to pick up some number of students, and what minimum number of students we should pick so that जो हमने पिक किए थे उसमें से 4 स्टूडेंट्स ऐसे थे जिनका सेम बर्थ मंथ था, राइट। अच्छा, अब आपने इस सिनेरियो को मैप करना है अकॉर्डिंग टू द जनरलाइज्ड पिजनहोल प्रिंसिपल विद 3 बेसिक क्वांटिटीज, एक n यानी पिजन होल्स, एक kn plus 1 यानी नंबर ऑफ पिजन्स जो आपके पास टोटल ओवरऑल हैं, और एक आपके पास आ गया k that is having some relationship with the quantity of the pigeons, ठीक है ना, जो कि n plus 1 में आ रहा है। So what is the actually out of these terms, that is k, let me erase it. Okay जी, out of the 3 quantities that we have had, एक तो है k, second one is n, and third one is kn plus 1, ठीक। और इनफैक्ट एक और क्वांटिटी हमारे पास है k plus 1, मैं इसको k plus 1 ही लिखती हूँ, ठीक है ना। देखें n कंटेनर्स, kn plus 1 पिजन्स, और k plus 1 क्या था कि जब आपने kn plus 1 पिजन्स को n कंटेनर्स में फिट इन करना है तो उसमें से एक कंटेनर लाजमी ऐसा होगा जिसके अंदर कितने पिजन्स आएंगे, k+1 आएंगे। ठीक, मैं रिपीट कर देती हूँ, ये आपके हो गए पिजन होल्स, ये हो गए आपके पिजन्स, और ये हो गए नंबर ऑफ पिजन्स, मिनिमम नंबर ऑफ पिजन्स इन वन होल। ठीक, अब जरा इस चीज को रिलेट करें विद अ गिवन क्वेश्चन। ठीक है, आई होप यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड इट वेल। देखें, k+1 यानी एक होल के अंदर हमने मिनिमम जितने पिजन्स फिट इन करने हैं वो क्या है, 4 हैं। क्या रिक्वायरमेंट है, टू बी श्योर दैट 4 ऑफ देम वर बोर्न इन द सेम मंथ। ठीक है ना। अब देखें, पहले हम देख लेते हैं कि नंबर ऑफ कंटेनर्स यहाँ पे क्या हो गए। कंटेनर्स इनफैक्ट क्या हुए, मंथ्स हुए, क्योंकि टोटल हमारे पास 12 मंथ्स है, उसके अंदर हमने ऐसा नंबर फाइंड करना है जिसकी वजह से एक मंथ के अंदर कितने स्टूडेंट्स आ रहे हैं, 4 स्टूडेंट्स आ रहे हैं। ठीक, सो हियर n दैट इज कंटेनर इज 12 यानी कि मंथ्स। ठीक, k+1 क्या है, यानी एक कंटेनर के अंदर एटलीस्ट कितने स्टूडेंट्स आने चाहिए, वो 4 आने चाहिए। व्हाट वी हैव टू फाइंड द मिनिमम नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स जो कि इस कंस्ट्रेंट को फुलफिल कर सकें, यानी हमने नंबर ऑफ पिजन्स फाइंड करने, kn+1 फाइंड करना है। ठीक है ना। सो here from there k+1 is equals to 4, I can say that k is what, 3, 4 minus 1 3. ठीक, so what is kn+1 going to be, this just plugging in the values, this is going to be 3 times n is 12 plus 1, that is 36 plus 1, that is 37. So we should have at least 37 students. That is, by picking 37 students, we are pretty sure that 4 of them should definitely be born in the same month, right? Okay, ji, one more question. Here the example is that we have a bowl with 6 red balls and 6 blue balls. Okay? So a child is selecting balls blindfolded. Just he is randomly picking up the balls. So what is the minimum number of balls to select to have at least 3 blue balls, right? This is in fact a very simple question. Then we will move on to the second part of it, right? There is a bowl with total number of balls 12, out of which 6 are red and 6 are blue. Okay? And you are foldedly picking up the or selecting the balls. So the first thing is that what is the minimum number of balls to select? आप एटलीस्ट कितनी balls उसमें से select करें out of the bowl, so that upon opening your eyes you are going to have at least 3 blue balls. Out of 6, that is, you are going to have the 3 blue balls. ठीक है, let's solve it. First of all, let's see the worst case scenario. Worst case में क्या हो सकता है कि आपने जितनी भी बॉल्स सेलेक्ट की थी वो सब की सब रेड हो गई, कोई एक भी ब्लू नहीं आया, ऐसा ही है ना. दैट इज इफ यू, फर्स्ट केस कैन बी दैट सेलेक्ट ऑल 6 रेड बॉल्स, यानी आपने 6 टर्न्स की, 6 बॉल्स उसमें से पिक की और वो सारी की सारी क्या आ गई, रेड आ गई. how you can ensure that you are going to have 3 blue balls for sure. ठीक है, अब इस वर्स्ट केस सिनेरियो को नलिफाई करने के लिए हमें एटलीस्ट 3 और बॉल सेलेक्ट करनी पड़ेंगी. 3 blue balls needed, right? I hope आप समझ रहे होंगे. आफ्टर सेलेक्टिंग से 6 बॉल्स वर्स्ट के सिनेरियो में, जो कि सबकी सब रेड आ गई थी, आपको 3 और पिक करनी पड़ेंगी, क्योंकि जब आपने सारी रेड सेलेक्ट कर दी तो पीछे कितनी बची? 6. एंड आउट ऑफ 6 ब्लू बॉल्स, हाउ मेनी यू नीड 3 ब्लू बॉल्स. तो 3 और आपको पिक करनी पड़ेंगी, राइट? सो टोटल आपके पास क्या होगा? 9 balls. That is, you have to pick at least 9 balls. With that, you are sure कि आपकी एटलीस्ट 3 उसमें से लाजमी ब्लू बॉल्स हों. चाहे आप सारी की सारी रेड पिक कर दें, हो सकता है कि आप 6 की 6 ही ब्लू पिक कर दें और बाकी 3 रेड हों, बट यू विल बी प्रिटी श्योर दैट आउट ऑफ दीज 9 balls 3 वर बेसिकली ऑफ ब्लू कलर. ठीक. नाउ लेट्स डू another part of it. Let me what is the minimum number of balls? Let me erase it. So part B is, what is the minimum number of balls to have 3 of the same color? This time the statement is quite different. Either red or blue, right? Last case में हमारे पास क्या constraint थी कि लाजमी blue ही color की होनी चाहिए. Here you have to tell that how many number of balls you should pick such that you are sure that out of those picked balls 3 are of the same color. That is, 3 are either red or 3 are either blue. ठीक. अच्छा, अब देखिए इसको हम फिट इन करते हैं अकॉर्डिंग टू द पिजन होल प्रिंसिपल. हेयर k+1, ठीक है ना, जो किसी एक ही कलर के अंदर आने चाहिए वो क्या हो? वो 3 हो. 3 शुड बी ऑफ द सेम कलर. ठीक है ना, आप यूँ समझ लें कि यहाँ पे कंटेनर्स बेसिकली हमारे क्या हो गए? कलर्स हो गए, या रेड हो या वो ब्लू हो. ठीक. सो कंटेनर्स एन हेयर आर 2. सो आउट ऑफ द ब्लू कंटेनर and the red container what we need is 3 here, or we need a 3 here. ठीक. तो ये आपके हो गए जो पिजन्स, एटलीस्ट नंबर ऑफ पिजन्स जो एक कंटेनर में फिट इन हो रहे हैं वो 3 हैं. और कितने कंटेनर्स हमारे पास? 2 हैं. तो टोटल कितने पिजन्स होने चाहिए जो कि इस सिनेरियो को फुलफिल करेंगे? कि हमारे पास जो बॉल्स थी जो हमने सेलेक्ट की, जो ग्रुप हमने एक नंबर टोटल उसमें से निकाला, उसमें से 3 ऐसी लाजमी थी जो कि या तो तीनों रेड थी या फिर तीनों ब्लू थी. ठीक. सो व्हाट वी हैव टू फाइंड इज, वी हैव टू फाइंड kn+1. From here, with k+1 equals to 3, k is going to be 2. So kn plus is going to be 2 times 2 plus 1, that is 4 plus 1, which is 5. So you have to pick up 5 balls, at least 5 balls आपको pick करनी है. With these 5 balls, you are quite sure that 3 of them are either red or they are blue. Right? So we are left with some more questions that I'm going to cover in the next lecture. Till now, do thoroughly go through the lecture. Do solve each and every question by yourself. And if you are not able to understand anything, you can ask in the interactive session. Thank you.